Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about the Wolf Among Us 2. There was some news that was basically mentioned the same day as the screenshots, but I wanted to go more in depth in this video about it, talking about my personal thoughts and opinions about it, and it's the release schedule. So I know other stuff has been announced in the article, such as they were talking about how it's set in winter, it takes place 6 months after the events of the first season, and the game will take place when Snow White is the deputy mayor of Fabletown, and also talks about how there's going to be like more fables, like brand new faces that are going to be struggling to keep their identities a secret, obviously. And the biggest one I really want to talk about was the release time. So basically the game has been confirmed to have 5 episodes. It's news that we technically already knew, but with the game being only 5 episodes, people were wondering if the game was going to release like in between, like, you know, periodically, like a couple months between, like how they used to, or maybe take from the Life is Strange True Colors formula and release it as a full game. And so basically Telltale Games confirmed that it's going to be a couple weeks wait time in between new episodes, and I'm mixed about this, honestly. It's a good and bad mix. I'm personally fine with it, but I'm going to explain to you why I like it and why there's like some benefits and some non-benefits, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So basically Telltale Games, this was an approach that they were doing with The Walking Dead the final season, actually. And they did with Batman the Enemy Within as well. They basically wanted to release the episodes like monthly apart, so an episode would be like a month apart from each other. And I honestly think that was like a good direction they were doing, where they would only make us wait really just like a month and not like 2 months usually, because 2 to 3 months was like the usual time for when we get episodes from them. And so for it being like a month, it's pretty impressive. But for them to do that, they would obviously have to make the game, like, they basically have to work on the full game. Basically, in case you guys don't know what Telltale Games did before, they basically had like a script of the whole season, but there would be issues where there would be like rewrites due to some conflict with, I would assume, the third party. Like, for example, Wolf Among Us Season 1 had major rewrite towards the story because Bill Willingham did not like the direction at all where Telltale Games were going, so they literally had to like rewrite the whole game basically only after episode 1 release. So that was kind of like the issues with that, was that they basically had to rewrite stuff, and there was crunch time. Basically there was crunch time, there was pressure, and that was obviously not healthy for the company. People are wondering why Wolf Among Us 2 is taking so long, and realistically it's only been 2 years since it's been developed, and clearly they want to work on the full game and not have their employees be crunched under time, obviously, because if they were crunched on time, I bet you it would have been released maybe a year ago, or right now even. So that is why it's not released yet, because they're not doing stupid shit like that, and I'm the only one who's willing to admit that, or at least acknowledge that. So that's a little bit of a rant there, but basically the point is that I keep saying basically a lot. With this new approach of them doing like a couple weeks in between, I think it's a good approach. That would mean that the whole game would have to be finished, which they did mention in the article. I believe that they are basically working the full game, but the difference is that it's going to be released weeks apart, so they're not really going to be developing anything new in these episodes, and there shouldn't be any rewrites towards what their vision is of what Wolf Among Us 2 was in terms of like the people writing it, obviously. And I think that's a good thing, of course, but there is the issue of like getting feedback to see like the direction of where the fan base wants the game to go. But then again, maybe it's a good thing that there's like good and bad feedback. Like, for example, I know for some reason there was like major conflict, or not conflict, but there was like people in the New Frontier community for Walking Dead who shipped Gabe and Clementine, and then they made that a possible choice thing from what I've read online, and that is okay. I think they should, this is the really important part, they should go with what they envision and not really trust the fan base in a way. I hate to say that word because I think it is important to like trust the fan base, of course, and like hear their opinions on like how you can improve your games. But at the same time, you don't want to make sure you don't go overboard in terms of like them rewriting like the whole game, because there's gonna be something that people are not gonna like, but you have to do that to make the story good, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I really hope that makes sense, because I feel like I'm not making sense. But yeah, with the wait times, I'm really excited about this new approach because, of course, Life is Strange True Colors decided to release the game as a full game, and I think either way is honestly fine. I'm not even joking. Like, both ways are perfectly fine. Them releasing the full game or them releasing in 5 episodes, because with them releasing the full game, if they were to do that, then that would mean that you would basically get like so much hours into playing the game, and of course it would be finished fast. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that means the game will be finished like right away, and there wouldn't really be any hype in between, like how usually Telltale Games people like to wait in between episodes. So the cool thing about them releasing like the schedule with the episodes like a couple weeks apart is that there's like community feedback, not feedback, but like there's people talking online about their opinions about the game, and they still come up with theories. Telltale Games have always been big on theories in the YouTube community, and so it's definitely really cool to see that. I really love to see people's opinions about the games and talk about like what they thought about it, where they think the direction the story is going. That's always been a huge part of like why Telltale Games was special to me, and still is to this day. So that's something I personally really enjoy, and that's pretty much it. There's a bunch of other stuff to talk about, how like they are using like motion capture and like the possible direction of like where the story is going from what they've given us. But again, I kind of want to save them for like a different video, because I really want to go more into details on like a personal video and like some other stuff where I talk about my opinions. But yeah, that's going to be currently it for the Wolf Among Us 2 videos. I just want to say thank you so much for the amount of support on the first Wolf Among Us 2 video. It currently has almost 229 views, and I really do appreciate it, because like literally I have not been uploading at all, so I wasn't really expecting it getting that much views. But I really do appreciate for all of you guys' support, and I will try my best to make more videos, because I genuinely want to. Like, I know I keep saying this like so many times, like I really do genuinely want to, but at the moment I have like a lot going on, but it's currently being handled, so I still want to do what I enjoy. So this definitely is good motivation just to do some of what I want to do, basically. So I'm glad you guys can follow me along on this adventure, and yeah, that's gonna be it. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys later in the next video. So goodbye.